Hello again, hello. Greetings, me older Sporodactyls, Dinkles and the Pop Tippings, and how the devil are you? Hey, I hope you're well. Right, so let me just get myself a toffee, and then we're going to get out of here. We're in Alloa Alloa in Scotland, man. It's Friday today. We've just hit this side here, and we've been given the details for our next job, which is down to Silloth, basically, to load for Monday. Let me just raise my tag axle up, and then we're away. So I've just had to reverse in here from down there. I had to spin round at the front, drive down here, nose it in that way, reverse back, drive forward, and then reverse in through this entrance, which we're now going to go out of. A little bit tight, but we couldn't get in the other way, so we've just come in this way. Yeah, it's tight, but it's one of them, it is what it is. We've been in tighter spots. Just off watch, that's all. As long as you're lined up straight, which I was, you're straight in, no kissing. Surprising where these things can fit, you know, once you get going with them. So yeah, we just spun it round, drove in that way, reversed back, drove up here, got straight, reversed straight in, no kissing. There's a lovely looking fell up there, I don't know what it is. It looks nice though, doesn't it? Can you see that? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if you can or not. So I need to head back towards Stirling now, towards Bannockburn. I'm going to probably throw this in Stirling Services. I'm going to nip to the Greggs there, go to the toilet, get myself a brew, and then we're going to bugger off. The time now is 11:25. It's not going to be an early finish. There's something banging then. I thought it was my tyre. Boom, boom. I thought it had a flat tyre. It's not. It's a machine there, pile driving. Boom, 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 pile driving something into the ground. Yeah, the time now is 11:25. So it's not going to be an early finish for me today. It's not. It's going to be just a regular normal day. Just mindful, there's a guy coming from left here on a forklift. He's seen me. I'm up, I'm moving, he's seen me, I'm down. Cheers, pal. I think this is right way out. I'm trying to go out the way I came in. There's no other way out. Yeah, it is this route. I don't know what these concrete things are here, what's stuck in ground, but this is the way I came in, so just mindful. Hello again, hello. Cheers, pal. Da very much there. There's lovely. Always be wary of the man with the white hat on. The man with the white hard hat on is usually management of some sort. So just mirrors mindful, just watching for this fencing. Mirrors just tickling and feckling as she comes round. Right, we'll concern our donkey chonk off now. Orange beacons. I couldn't think of a bloody word for it. Orange beacons, yeah. So yeah, by the time we get down to Silloth, get this next load on, chances are it's going to be an hour to strap the bloody thing up. If it's a full concrete load, it'd be an hour to strap it up, then an hour back to the yard. So it's going to be a full day of a job for me. But loving it. I'm enjoying it. This is end of week 7 now. So next week will be 2 months in this job. I did say that I would give it 3 months and see how we go on. However, I'm pretty much 99.9% certain that I'm going to be staying now. I'm quite settling in now and enjoying it. There has been times and moments, don't get me wrong, where I've thought, this is a load of shite. Fuck my life. Do you know what I mean? There has been times and moments when I've thought that. There really has. There's been some difficult times where mind-numbing boredom as well, where I've been parked on sites waiting for a crane to tip me for 4 or 5 hours and losing the will to live, but I'm getting paid for it. But there has been some places I've been to, I thought, this is ridiculous. You know, I went to, I picked a load up the other day actually. It was hammering it down on Tuesday. Picked a load up on Tuesday, strapped it all up. It took me a while to strap it. I thought I was taking it down to Salisbury, Frome near Salisbury. I wasn't. I was just taking it down to our yard. That's swapped with the trailer next door. And because there was nobody there to pick this up straight away, I couldn't just say to the guy, "You give me all them straps." And, you know, I'll leave these straps on. You give me so many. I had to de-strap all this blimmin' thing, which took me about half an hour. There was loads on it. And then the one next to it took me an hour to strap, and it was absolutely hammering it down with rain. And I thought, well, it is what it is. I just put my high-vis waterproof coat on and my hard hat to keep the rain off my bald head. By the time I'd done, I was absolutely saturated. It had started soaking through to my t-shirt and my skin. But it's one of them. It is what it is. There's no point crying about it. I knew what I was getting into. I knew what I was getting into when I signed up for this kind of work. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not like just backing on a bay, sitting there. It's not like just backing on a bay and then going sitting in a waiting room telling lies to people about how you was in the SAS and the third man on the balcony, or you was the one that should have had a ticket for the Herald of Free Enterprise and you just missed out by being stuck in traffic. Do you know what I mean? It's met loads of them kind of fellas, which I find is a bloody insult to the actual victims that were on the ferry when it sank. You know what I mean? But no, you get them, you really do. Right, where are we? Mirrors. We're going to go left for Stirling. Cougar Lawn. Does that mean cougar the animals or cougar the sex-starved grandmas? We're going left. Mirrors. Just mindful, watching where this truck's going to the side. He's coming round, but he's not coming round to us. He's going on that industrial there. Mirrors as we come out. Yeah, it's been a good week. It's been an interesting week. Like I was saying before I lost my train of thought, there's been some challenging moments on here, there really has. But I've decided that I probably will be staying now. I'm enjoying flatbed work, so I'm in no hurry to go back doing anything else other than flatbed work at the moment. I did get speaking to the powers that be at the previous company, Jenkins, last weekend. They were advertising for tipper drivers, so I did ask the question, what's the crack with these tipper drivers? Are you just wanting them out of Goole and Drax, or are you going to base any at Penrith up the Lockerbie? And basically the answer I got back was no, you know what I mean? So, how are you getting on? I said, well, you know, it has its moments, blah blah blah, blah blah blah. Alright, well, we can sort you out if you want to come back. I said, well, what would the crack be with that? Well, you come back, you'll be a cab hopper. It went from one person to the next person. The next person higher up the tree got back, yeah, you'll be cab hopping, back in the fleet, back at the bottom of the ranks and back in the back of the queue. And I politely told him to fuck off, basically, with respect, you know what I mean? I wasn't a bugger about it, I wasn't nasty about it, because I will never badmouth Jenkins, I won't. It was good to me when I first started. They took me on with absolutely no experience at all as a brand new pass. They threw me in at the deep end. I cut my teeth with Jenkins, so I will never badmouth them. But as soon as I heard the words, you'll be cab hopping and right at the bottom of the pile again, at the back of the queue, to get your own truck, I thought, nah, with respect, you can get fucked, I'm not doing that. I've been there, I've done that, and I've thrown that t-shirt away. Not when there's hundreds of jobs out there where I can get my own truck straight away, because I'm not gobbing off or bragging or anything, but I am now an experienced driver, do you know what I mean? I came here and got this 22 plate. DAF straight away. It's not a Scania, it's a DAF. But I've got used to this DAF now, I really have, and I like it, it's a good truck. So I politely told them thanks but no thanks, which, you know, in brackets was get fucked. Politely. And it was no hard feelings. A message about backwards, yeah, no bother. All the best. Good luck to you. Do you know what I mean? They're not bothered, mate. It's a big company. It's a massive firm. They're not going to beg you, please come back. We miss you, borrow for you. You know what I mean? They're not going to do that. Somebody else's arse was straight in the seat as soon as I got out of it. I'll just back him off a touch. I don't want to be too close to this truck in front. Not that I'm frightened of him braking, but if I'm too close, I can't see what's in front of him or her. Or her. So yeah, politely turned them down, and I will be in no hurry to go back there. We never say never. I could do one day, but not cab hopping, bollocks to that. I'm just not doing it. Not doing it. Not prepared to do it. Why should I? Do you know what I mean? Why should I go back to cab hopping with no equipment in wagon, no microwave? They take all the inverter out and everything, the lads, when they're leaving on holiday. You've no microwave, no kettle. You're back to shitty butty vans in laybys, buying coffee, costing you a fortune, paying for Costa coffees on services. It costs you a bloody fortune. Nah, I've been there, done that. Living out of 2 carrier bags. Not for me, thank you. Mirrors. I forgot to knock this El Twaticus Navicus off. I forgot to knock the Twaticus Navicus off, so it still thinks I'm going to that site where we've just been. Mirrors, where's this white one going? It had no indication at first. This Fiesta or Focus. Mirrors, it's followed by electric car. Mirrors were out. Yeah, no mirrors are indicate. Sorry, there were no indication and nothing as to where that white Focus was going. So, and that's that. Yeah, why should I have to cab up? No, thank you. Not for me. This company I'm with, brilliant. Can't fault them. Good people. Good. It's a good job, and I'm actually getting paid more money here now than I was at Jenkins, believe it or not. Because I'm not paying a pension here yet until I've been here for 3 months. Then I start paying a pension. Then it'll probably work out as the same money as Jenkins. But the thing is, the money I'm taking home here now, from Monday to Friday, granted, I've maxed my hours out a couple of times. I'm doing between 65 and 70 hours a week. But I don't mind because I'm getting paid by the hour. And my philosophy is, if I'm out anywhere, I might as well do it. I've nothing else to do of a night time but watch videos on YouTube and record videos for YouTube with me chatting shite. Mirrors, just mindful. Where's this one going? We're out. That's my blocker. Good. Right, we're not fannying on. We hang about, we'll never get out. Mirrors, the signal's on. Motorways M9. I nearly questioned myself then. I couldn't see blue motorway sign. I just saw green sign for motorway. So sometimes I am maxing my hours out. So I'm doing between 65 and 70 hours a week, which is fine by me. I don't mind because I'm getting paid by the hour. So the moment I put this card in the taco machine, so the moment I take it out at night, I'm getting paid for it. Whereas I didn't at Jenkins. It was pretty much just salaried. Now I'm getting the same the wage I'm taking home here now. To equal that wage at Jenkins, I would have to max my hours out all week and then do a Saturday as well, running on a Saturday. So I'm getting paid the same money as Jenkins for 5 days rather than 6. It's a no-brainer, do you know what I mean? It really is. So I'm pretty much 99.9% certain that I'll be staying here. If I don't stay here or something happens, who knows, I will be continuing in flatbed work. I'm not in a hurry to go back to walking floor and household waste and shite. Mirrors, roads tightening, I do remember this coming in. Cones are tightening in on us, so we're going to go left for the M9 and M80 for Bannockburn. I remember many moons ago when I were in Farming and we were on basic training at Pennycook in Scotland. Glencourse. We went, all our instructors, all our corporals and sergeants were Scottish, and they took us on an adventure training package, and as part of it, before we went up to Aviemore, we went round certain bits and bats, like looking at historical sites of Scotland, and we come to Bannockburn, and I remember this corporal, "Aye, you see this, boys, this is where all your forefathers were raped and pillaged," and I thought, fucking hell, like, you know what I mean? We weren't even born then, mate. Now there was any of my family. It's no do with us, but just mirrors. It really tightens here. The cones have really got tight, so I'm just mindful of the trailer coming up the curb. Mirrors. We're out. Nobody was indicating then coming off that roundabout, so I just had to hang back because you don't know where they're going. Yeah, and he was really trying to drive the point home that we were all English bastards, like, you know. And I thought, he doesn't like us. He doesn't like us, this one. And when I remember we used to play football every night, you see, when we'd finish for the day, we'd play football every night. And I remember one lad, I think his name was Stavely Haynes, I'm not sure. I can't remember if he wasn't, I can't remember his surname. But I remember this kid just turning around to this corporal with a straight face and saying, "Ah, that's very interesting, corporal. Now then, is this a pep talk for tonight's? Is this a pep talk before tonight's football match?" And this sergeant, Scottish fella, was fucking pissing himself laughing. And the corporal was wanting to say something and probably have a go at this lad. He was a private, same as me. He was in the same platoon. But the sergeant stopped it. The sergeant was fucking buzzing off it, like, he says, "Good lad. That you've got balls," he says to him. "You've got balls, pal." He said, "And a good fucking sense of humour as well. I like you. You're alright, you." Aye, it was funny. Is this a pep talk before tonight's football? Anyway, here we are. So yeah, I will be staying here, I've decided. It's a good job. It has its bloody moments, of course it does, but the money's good, and the company's good, and most of the lads I've met are spot on. Mirrors. Now the guy in this truck in front straggling this lane, I understand perfectly why, although I don't think he needs to do it at this point. But if you're unfamiliar with the roads, I mean, I'm not overly familiar with it, but I came in this way and I'm just reading the road ahead. I know I don't need to straggle the lane because I can get around. Mirrors, we're out. But if you've not been on here for the first, if you've only been on here for the first time, then it can be deceiving. Mirrors, signals on, up towards this white line. Mirrors as we come out, progress. Aye-de diddly, oh, the pig and poo-poo, a stinking rotten swine and bloody shoe-me diddly, you do diddly up a diddly bread door. I'll tell you what, we'll not call it Sterling Services because it's a pain in the arse. You've got to go past it, back round the roundabout and back in, and it's a pain in the arse to get out of Sterling Services, actually. It's not the biggest anyway, so we'll carry on, we'll run it on, and we'll stop at, I'll tell you where we'll stop at now. We're going to stop at Rothwell, either Rothwell or Hamilton. I think Rothwell. Yeah, we'll stop off at Rothwell for you. Well, for me, basically. I'll go to the toilet and then blah blah blah. So mirrors. Yeah, to get into Sterling Services now, we've got to go past it, come round the roundabout, double back on ourselves and get in. It's not the biggest of services when you're in. It can be really tight and limited spaces. But it's not only that, getting back out of it after can be a pain in the arse. Because no bugger will let you go. They're all, I'm sorry for being rude, but they're all pig ignorant. As soon as they see a truck in front of them, they're just pig ignorant. Mirrors. Mirrors. Stinking rotten swine and cheese. Mirrors, signals on. Glasgow. M80 for Glasgow. Mirrors. Mirrors as we come out. Signals off. Progress. Let's go. Yeah, it can be a pain in the arse getting back out for them services because as soon as somebody sees a truck, most people will just not let you out. I don't know why, they just won't let you out. And you're there all day, so you've got to start trying to force your way out and see the slightest gap and go for it. And it's annoying. So we're throwing into Rothwell, I think, or is it Rothwell or Bothwell? It's the one before Hamilton anyway. Put it in there. Mirrors. Again, as we're on, signals off and progress. It's a beautiful day now. Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. It's been on and off all week, hit and miss with bloody weather. Like it's not been sexy. It really hasn't. It really hasn't been sexy. But no, I think this job's going to be a pain in the arse in winter and be a ball ache. But then again, Jenkins was dirty in winter. I've been on some absolute cesspit shithole sites with Jenkins. So this will only be said. You know, I've been covered in shite in winter at Jenkins. But some of the places I've been to with Jenkins, you know, it's second to none. I cut my teeth there. I say I will never badmouth them as a company. They're a good company to work for. But all I knew was Jenkins from passing my test. So I had to cut the umbilical cord, you see. I had to cut the umbilical cord to see what else was out there. And now as I have cut the umbilical cord, I'm quite enjoying doing this. So I'm not desperate to get back to Jenkins. I'm in no hurry. That's why if I was desperate and I want my job back and I miss it, I'd have just gone back cap in hand as a cab hopper and start for another 5 months then. Because don't forget it's summer season now, so every man and his dog will be on holiday. They need cab hoppers, you know what I mean? But if I was desperate to get back, I would have gone back cap in hand and been a cab hopper. But you're starting off all over again from bottom of pile. After only being away 7 weeks, nearly 2 months, you'd be back down to bottom of pile again, in your own uniform for 3 months, in your own clothes for 3 months. Nobody talks to you proper because they think you're an agency driver. Well, they would with me because I know a lot of people at depot. Do you know what I mean? But nah, not for me that cab hopping. Not for me at all. This is not my truck, I don't own it, but it's the full-time allocated one for me. But there literally is, from where I live in Carlisle, there literally is 1,001 jobs out there, options open. You're right in the heart of it, for South Scotland, over Northumberland, Newcastle way, down south a little bit, do you know what I mean? You're right in the hub and the heart of it at Carlisle. There's hundreds of jobs out there. So I don't mean this in a nasty way, but my attitude was Jenkins need me more than I need them. I mean, it's a big firm, there's people, you know, they're not that bothered that I've left. They would have preferred for me not to leave because it's then a fucking ball ache of finding somebody else for putting somebody else on the truck, but they soon filled it, do you know what I mean? Other than that, they're not going to beg you to stay. When they start saying you're going to have to be a cab hopper, well, my attitude is no, I don't have to do anything. You need me more than I need you. I'm not coming back cab hopping, thank you please. But like I said, they were great with me. And it's nothing personal. It's just business, isn't it? I'll never badmouth them, they were good company. And I really did enjoy my time there. But I had to cut the umbilical cord to see what else was out there. Does that make sense? Mirrors, we're just closing up on this car transport. I don't want to get too close to it because of the overhang at the back. So mirrors, we're going to come out, we're going to get past it. It's got minis on, they're not brand new. That 17 plate at bottom looks really nice. I like that. I like the mini estates, mate. I don't think there's anything mini about them anymore. I think they're powered by BMW, aren't they? I'm sure it's a BMW engine. I do like them. I do like minis, even though there's nothing mini about them anymore. I like the really old Coopers, mate. The really old Mini Coopers, the British Racing Green. They were shit hot. You know, the ones they had in the Italian job, that kind of carry on. Just come off that gas, just roll him down. Don't want to make too much progress on this car in front, I just want to hold him back, so just backing him off. Steady line of traffic in lane 2, coming past us. Mirrors. Just mindful there is a slip road joining from the left. It is busy, mirrors. Mirrors. They're going to come over. Mirrors. Just gives that guy enough room to come out. We're not in lane 3. That lane 1 is going off to somewhere else, legs akimbo or something like that. I don't know what it says. We're in lane 2. Mirrors. Mirrors, mindful that guy's coming out. Kilsyth and Bonny Bridge. I thought it said legs akimbo. Where's my hair going? No, it's Kilsyth and Bonny Bridge. Lane 1's going off into. Mirrors. I came out to make room for them 2 trucks because they was hell-bent on coming on. They wasn't asking permission to come on. They was telling everyone around them that they were coming on. Get out of the way. Do you know what I mean? Mirrors. No gas, just rolling him. Just rolling him on. We are empty. I think this guy may be empty as well. It's a mid-lift, but his tag axle's up. Well, his mid-lift axle is up. So possibly he's empty as well. Some mirrors. We were rolling downhill, still descending a little bit. Mirrors. Mirrors. Back on that gas now. Just give us some good momentum for fly on and just get enough progress to come in front of this guy shortly. Because there's now some traffic building up behind us. Mirrors as we come back in. Signal off. Under the arches. Fantastic feat of engineering, this, isn't it? This arch stone bridge. Beautiful. And you know the men has built that'll belong since deed. Oh, they belong since planted them. And with a a touch of mortar over years and a lick of hiddly pink hither and thither. That bloody thing's still standing. Fantastic feat of engineering, so brilliant. I'm not going to go into this old inn services because it's shite and it's very small. Mirrors. Mirrors. So again, I hope you're enjoying these videos. I'm certainly enjoying doing them. It's no effort for me to do them. I just press record on this gubbins, press stop at the other end and upload them. Occasionally I might edit one down a bit if it's gone on for too long. But other than that, it's no effort. But again, I am no expert. I've never claimed to be an expert. I never will claim to be an expert. There'll be people out there, drivers, what's gone more miles in reverse than I will ever do going forwards. But every day's a school day. Even some of the most experienced guys will tell you that. Every day's a school day. Never too old for learning. When you get people, and there's been a few, trust me, on the comment sections of my videos, I've seen quite a few or have the know-it-all attitude. If you can't tell me nothing, I've been driving 15 years, or I've been driving 10 years, I've been driving 20 years, you can't tell me anything. So one, I'm not trying to tell you anything, I'm not trying to teach you anything. Two, you're clearly a bell end if that's your mindset. If that's your mindset and that's your attitude, then I'm sorry, but you're clearly a bell end. And you can't teach bell ends, you can't teach stupid, because they won't listen. Anybody what says I've been driving 20 years or I've been driving 25 years and I know everything, you can't teach me nothing, you're better off just elbowing them in the fucking face because they're a prick. They're basically, what they're saying to you is, I'm a prick. 100%. Some of the most experienced drivers ever, what's been driving 35, 40 years, will always tell you every day's a school day. You're never too old to learn. And I think that should be the right philosophy throughout anybody's life, and I try and keep it throughout my life, no matter what subject or what lesson. You're never too old to learn. That's just my view and opinion. Hey, opinions are like arseholes, aren't they? We've all got one. We all have one. Whether anybody chooses to take on board anything I've said is up to them. And if you do take anything on board, what you've got to do is take on board what is useful to you and bloody disregard the rest. One of old grannies on a bus too, are there? Mirrors, mindful, wagon coming down, Curie European, just mirrors. We will get out before it, just mindful that it's coming. One of old grannies there on a bus tour. Now then, Doreen, yes, this was where you and Peggy used to live as a child. It's all been built on now. See, Doreen, can you tell? Oh yes, love, I can. Our Mavis once went there as well. Do you remember Mavis? Aye, dear, I do, dear. I don't know why you're saying that you're from with that accent, then, dear. You said it like you was from Northern Ireland, nice. Oh, you did. That even sounded a bit Jim McDonald, didn't it? Cut yourself off, Elizabeth. You're in the big house now, so you're... Yeah. Remember, mirrors, signals, manoeuvres. These matrix signs really are a distraction. I actually saw one the other week that said, don't let yourself get distracted. That can cause an accident. And I thought, pot kettle? You know what I mean? It's all that about. The minute you walked in the door, I could see you were a lump of bread to buy. Good looking, little pie. Stinky rots, why did you and number to do? Moodiesburn. That sounds like a name for a band if ever I've heard one. That sounds like a name, right, for a thrash metal band from Glasgow. Moodiesburn. Ladies and gentlemen, please give you a round of applause and much appreciation tonight from the Starlight Cabaret Club. It's Bilbo Baggins and his merry men, Moodiesburn. Give it up, come on, let's hear you. Within 2 minutes, they're getting bottled and said, fucking get them off, they're fucking crap, what's all this pish, man? Get them off. Throw some no beer bottles at them, man. I do apologise if you're from Newcastle, that was a dreadful rendition of your accent, but there you go. Mirrors, mindful, now coming down this slip road, but mirrors again. Hello, pal. How you doing? Somebody waving at me there in the van. He's put his hand up. Unless he was flicking ash out from his cigarette. Right, this 09 plate, ZBT. Speaking of thrashing metal, or drums in particular, I did once have a set of Zildjian cymbals that wasn't ZBT. Yeah, I had some hi-hats and a couple of cymbals, a ride cymbal and a crash cymbal, and there was Zildjian ZBTs, which are basically Zildjian's cheapest budget range hi-hats and cymbals. They did me all right. I bought it with a kit. It was a set of Tamer drums I want to buy. Tamer slingshots or a Rockstar kit or something like that. Bought them off a lad in Goulburn. good gigs with them. Them days are gone now, mind. We ever got access to the spare room? If wife ever let me have access to the fucking spare room and I could kit it out how I wanted, I would buy an electric drum kit and just go upstairs and bang away for a few hours at the weekend. And there's a sign from Murrayhead. Is that where they do the rugby from? Gartosh. Gartosh. That's them thingies what they put in Iron Brew, innit? Made in Scotland from Gartosh. You know, I always used to think it was made in Scotland from girders, from Gartosh. From Gartosh. I always used to think it said girders, because I used to think they'd put iron girders in it, Iron Brew. Made in Scotland from Gartosh. Girders. Or is it Gartosh? I don't know. That's Gartosh. Or Gartkosh even. Gartkosh. I'm crap with pronunciation, so please excuse me. I'm not taking the piss, or trying to take the piss. Mirrors. We're kind of closing up on this guy now. We're going to try and get round in mirrors. The guys just flashed behind us to let us out. The trouble is now, you come out, we were in his slipstream. Now as we've come out, he might have put the hammer down. So we'll try it. We can't get past him and come back in. I'm going to stay out for too long. Oh, I did see two pillocks yesterday racing and fighting on with each other over 1/2 mile an hour, going down Scotland towards Annandale's. I come off at Annandale Services, Annandale Water, and they were at it. I was behind them. They were at it for about 7-8 miles. One would overtake the other one. He'd just get back in, then he'd come back out, and it'd take him 3 or 4 miles to get past, and he'd just get back in, cut in on him. And it's like they were just like two big children fighting over 1/2 mile an hour. But at various points going down there through towards Beatock and that, when you start dropping down, it's just 2 lanes through Cumberland Gap at certain points, isn't it? Just holding everybody up, being pillars. I was going to go past them and give them a blast of the horns, but there's no air horns on this, and it just sounds a bit, I don't know, a bit, It's just like hip 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 hip, rather than ha ha, shabba-top, when you next turn. That's the kind of air horn you want in it, rather than behave, behave, pe-pe-pe-pe, pe-pe. You know what I mean? Doesn't sound very, very deep and throaty and manly, does it? It just sounds a bit. Mirrors. And here's to you, Mrs. Robinson, and Jesus loves you more than you will know. Welcome to Glasgow, God rest you please, Mrs. Robinson. Edinburgh, the M8 and A8 is that way. We're going to Carlisle, following signs for Glasgow. Mirrors. Yeah, I do a lot of Scotland work, to be honest, but you know, I am working for a Scottish company, so it's to be expected that I'm working in Scotland a lot recently. I don't mind. I love the country. I do love Scotland. I think it's a beautiful country. 99.9% of the people you meet are beautiful. You're going to get your odd dickhead, but you get that anywhere you go. You name me any town or any place that doesn't have a dickhead in, and I will say that you're a liar. Every town, every village has a dickhead in. I know, because I'm the dickhead in our village. Do you know what I mean? Before anyone else says it. Mirrors coming into a 50, so just come off that gas. You do sometimes get a speed camera van knocking about here as well. Mirrors, mindful, looking up the slip roads. A red car, black car, green car, turquoisey yellow polka dot, whatever colour it is car, but we're out in front of it, some mirrors. But mindful, because I need a cross for Carlisle. Some mirrors. We're just out in front of it now. Loads of room. In we come. Mirrors. Mindful, white van coming down this slip road. It's nowhere near us. Shouldn't affect us. Mirrors. just mindful, we're rocketing on a little bit then, and there is a speed camera down here somewhere. Mirrors, back in. I can't mind on whether there's a permanent speed camera down here. I always thought there was. Or am I thinking of Edinburgh one, on Edinburgh side? But you do sometimes get speed camera vans sat down here as well. Here's to you, Mr. Robinson. Jesus loves you more than you will know. Oh, 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 oh. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. Heaven holds a place for those in grace. Yeah, diddly-day. Some mirrors. We're now going to be one of the people joining from the left. Mirrors, just mindful of this red Astra. Don't know where it's going to go. Hopefully it stays in its own lane. Mirrors. Just mirrors now again, because we're now joining from the left. There is traffic coming down. One's moving over for us. Mirrors. Just mindful of the caravan pushing the car in front. It's now joining. This red Astra's going to stuff us up now. It's now in lane 1. So mirrors. We're now in lane 1, but we want to be across soon. Red Astra's now moved over. Mirrors. Mindful. Van not shoulder broken down. Mirrors. Now what's this sign for this service? We're going to come off here. I did say we're going to come off at Bothwell. Is it Bothwell or Boffey or Rothwell or Rotherhamptonshire High Diddly High to Tight? Oh, that one, yeah. We're coming off here 1 mile. So we'll just stay in this lane. Nip in here, go to the toilet, I'll get my celebrate. I'm still not smoking, by the way. This is 3 weeks now. I do go through phases where I'm gagging for a cig, but on the whole it's not been too bad. It's been a lot easier than it was the last time. Bothwell, this is it. I will just throw him in here, I'll nip the toilet. Crack on. Start backing him off. Nice sweeping left hander. There's no zebras out, but it cuts in a little bit cheeky. See, there's no zebra out, but it's, if you're coming too fast down there, you'll soon know about it, like. Some mirrors. Signals on. Mirrors. Them thingies there's like big yellow boxes. They're like cameras and sensors on them. If you go too close to the fence and it says, "Warning! This is security! The police have been called and are on the way. Stand back." It's kind of like a Northern Irish version of Peter Kay's. "Get back, you bastard! I'll break your legs." It's quite funny. They have them on them all. I once walked too close to it by accident and rattled fence, and it just went off. It was funny. It was at Cherwell Valley, but the same system. Right, just rolling back a little touch. Right, so I've been your old mate Borathea once again. You, my friend, have been beautiful. Thanks very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please feel free to like, subscribe, comment, blah blah blah, blee da 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 da. If you don't want to, then hey, who gives a shit? It's cost you fuck all, has it? Thanks for watching. I'll see you later. Ta-ra. Have a good weekend.